But welcome back to a good stream. That's going to be that's the last stream for a while anyway, so I'm going on a trip. Looking through all the options, we're going to turn on scale upwards. Scenes will only scale a lever upwards. Now, I have it on none. Does it need to be all? When enabled, within a scene will adjust their level up or down depending on the player's character level relative to their... Yes. We're trying level scaling, so we're making it even harder. Because we like punishment. Anyway, I've readjusted the overlay a little bit, because you can in this game, which is really nice. You can actually just go to interface. We can pick several of these. I wanted to do this one because I feel like I get more out of the way, and there's more of the scene for you guys to see, so we're just going to stick with that. And we came here... Oh yeah, okay, we just got to this part. We're talking to a captain that we talked to hours and 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 hours ago. So let's see what he has to say.
Ah, Watcher. Good, you have arrived.
Chin jutting upward, he grants you a winsome smile. His left cheek dimples as the smile spreads to show teeth. How kind of him to show teeth. Very nice of him. Momo! I see you added a few things. I thought it was just Chef Momo, but Chef Momo-san, happy Sunday, sir. Glad you could come in.
I know that dimple. Had you in my sights once, but you've been down to lace your boot. It's the ones who get away that hurt the most.
A coincidence, surely.
Expression tight. He eyes the rifle strapped to her back. Fronte rubs his thumb over his golden swolent? I think we looked at that word. It's an emblem. Violent thoughts gliding over his face like dark clouds. Then he smiles, but it's vicious expression more than a pleasant one.
A little seabird informs me that you have dealt with our mutual problem, the scoundrel Benoit.
His eyes glint as a fierce grin cuts across his face, and his lone dimple deepens.
Gelarde, for this you have my grandest commendation.
You know what? I'm actually going to say he had it coming. We usually try and be clever, but I like that answer better.
That he did. Indeed.
Ferrante strokes his fingers down the line of his jaw, eyes downcast in thought.
And as promised, I have prepared for you a fine prize.
With a sweep of his arm, he offers you a magnificent cloak. A cloak of protection? Sweet. So 5, 5, and 5. So these are those defenses we were talking about earlier, just before the stream. So fortitude, reflex, and will. So a lot of spells and abilities target these instead of deflection. So, as it says, cloak of protection. Cool.
However, there is another matter of which we must now speak. I must confess to you a bit of a problem has arisen. One which speaks to your expertise with the supernatural. We've sighted the floating hangman that haunts the Deadfire.
So I know our party has really high of these, but since he's only talking to us, some of these checks are watcher only. So we don't have a bluffing, arcana, or history that high, so do elaborate. His lips thin, pressed taut as he half shrugs one shoulder, infuriatingly non-committal.
This galleon, what likely remains of the Von Ferus, is a frightful legend.
And whenever we see a highlighted thing, we can actually mouse over it and see it. So, Von Ferus, meaning iron strength. The Von Ferus is a grand Valian galleon that Darkozy paladin Lucia Riven used to flee the burning palace when charged to protect the royal family's sword. All of that makes as much sense to you as it does to me.
We have been losing ships at sea, Amico. And not to those Valera ship-hunting bastards. I believe the floating hangman may be our culprit.
Okay.
Fortune favors us, as I have procured a survivor from such a recent sinking. You will consider what she has to say.
Head craning abruptly to the side, he barks a loud order.
Come forth, Selenia. Quickly now, or I will run rivers of your lethargic blood.
At that last, he smiles. Well then. Sun-blistered and raw-boned, the pirate regards you both with a discerning glare. She tongues a chapped bottom lip, but keeps quiet.
Well, spit it out, Selenia, and try not to embarrass me before our guest.
Of course, Captain. Hit my head pretty hard near the end, but I spit the tail as best as I can.
The pirate touches a spot at the base of her skull and winces. She glances off to the side, eyes black and full of hurt. Ferrante sighs and rubs tiredly between his brows.
Go on, gent. I'm ready as I'm like to get me.
With a shiver, the pirate turns her black button eyes to you. Okay. So again, we have options, and again, I'm trying to explain a few more things, so because some people are trying to understand how the game works. Each one of these options essentially shows what kind of character we are. If you played Mass Effect, it's kind of like the Paragon Renegade system, but then this one is several ones. So we see here it's benevolent. That's usually the nicest way you can say it. You see a whip. That's the cruelest way you can say it. There's clever, there's shady, there's diplomatic and stoic, and depending on how often you pick something, it'll open up options later or get rid of options later, which is kind of cool. Going on. See, I've been staying away from cruel, and I've been trying to stay away from benevolent. I'm just gonna say, Nod, what happened to you?
Saw my old crew slaughtered me, my best mates, and even a few I hated. They weren't but blood and meat in the end.
Ew.
It branded the back of my eyes that moment. High seas, nothing but blue all around. Then, mist so thick you could taste it. Ships sailed from within, out of nowhere.
So it's like sailing around within a storm?
Was a hunt, not for loot, but for bodies. The ship, it looked...
She gropes at her hip, but there's nothing there. Fingers fumbling at the air, she bares her teeth.
rotted. The crew, they were all undead.
Oh, goody.
Couldn't stop them from boarding. Couldn't kill them. Couldn't even fight them in the end.
So this is the Black Pearl. Got it. Tell me about the undead.
They were dreadful. Some were clothed, like maybe they'd only recently died. Others weren't more than moving bones. One was different. Her presence was overwhelming. Heavy. Flames burned in the place of her eyes. The crew shambled hard to do her bidding, even the ones who seemed hardly aware. Figured she was the captain, me.
Okay.
There is a flag the floating hangman flies. A flag that once heralded the Fonferus of Old Valia. It belonged to our Darkotsi paladin of some legend, one Lucia Rivan.
And we had just read that when we tried to figure out something earlier, what a Von Ferris was. Yep.
But Selenia's knowledge is limited in this regard. Let us instead ask her of a subject she may know.
Let's see. Well, let's just go down the line so we can get more information. How were you taken by surprise on the open sea?
Me and my crew were adept. Alert. Always. No. Weren't no one gonna get the jump on us. Was some magic foul. Just sudden like, the winds died, the waters fell flat and the air got heavy. They turned sky and the sea both against us. Then this thick fog roiled up at midday. Without a sound, the Spectre ship
She glides her hand in the air for magic.
skimmed right out. It was too late. We couldn't outsail it.
Well, we asked how, so how about when? She ruffles a hand through her short hair.
Dunno me. Drifted for days, maybe longer. Kept winking in and out after I ran out of drink.
One of mine found her no more than a week ago. Malnourished, dehydrated. The poor girl was scarcely able to speak.
Well, I'm more than able to gabble now, aren't I? Could sail, too. No, you got no reason to keep me.
She flits her hands over the softness of her shirt. And perception. Again, her fingers hesitate close to her hip, the fabric crinkled there, where a pistol might normally be strapped. A muscle ticks in Ferrante's jaw, but he otherwise ignores her.
Perhaps there is something else you wish to ask of our guest before she departs from us.
How'd you survive the attack?
Calling me Craven? Huh, sure, I am.
She rubs at the back of her head, rough, like she needs it to hurt.
Took a knock-in and I was out for a while. When I came to, they were eating Ganasco, our steward. I dropped a dinghy and rode for it. Don't know why they didn't give chase. Don't much care, me.
I think that's it. Selena cuts a glance to Ferrante for confirmation. When he dismissively waves her away, her black eyes narrow and she raises her chin, defiant. But then he turns his full gaze to her, suddenly seething, and she shrinks in on herself. Fist shaking at her side, she reluctantly retreats.
She belongs to Aldis, who undoubtedly will come to claim her soon. But that is a problem for another time. One moment, Watcher.
This is the first time we didn't pass a perception check. Our character is the perception. Our character is perception. Wow. 17. Oh, man. Because we've been raising reputations in the game, which there are several reputations, like pirates, of trading, 2 different trading companies, kind of like nomadic people, the people are back home, a few religious sects, S-E-C-T-S. Make sure you got that spelling right. But I'll go ahead and use it because we have. Just spit it out. He grins, wild and roguish. And we get more rep for using the choice because we had good rep. Cool.
Allow me to cut to the heart of it. Lucia Revan, whose flag flies atop our spectral ship, was a Dakotsi paladin who died more than 200 years ago. It is my hope that uncovering the details regarding dear Revan's fate in life may illuminate the nature of her undeath and how to defeat her galleon.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the only soul who could possibly shine more light on our situation lies buried deep within Neketaka.
Okay, that annoys me a little bit. The reason I didn't come here first is because when I saw the difficulty level in our journal, it was like 3 red skulls in a row, which the skulls you have, you just want a sword. It was a sword with 3 red skulls, meaning at least 3 or 4 levels higher than you. But we already cleared out the bottom of Neketaka.
One Iser the Berethian. Now well rotted, I presume.
Well, I've actually spoken with Iser. I like that that's there. His brows hoist up his forehead.
Meaning what by that last? You were able to read his soul? Despite how much time has passed?
And here I like all the different things. Yeah, they say dead men tell no tales, but Iser was quite talkative.
You're trepanning me. Must be.
But he shakes his head as if he's already accepted the truth of your words. That's right.
Well, amico, I must ask that you enlighten me.
Wait, is this aggressive or is this attack? It's attack. Iser became a death guard. We exchanged words.
A death guard? How fascinating. And terrible. I must, of course, presume that you've unearthed a promising lead for us. Perhaps you were able to learn about Revan's whereabouts, of where her spectral ship oft anchors?
Yeah, might as well. It's Iser tracked Riven after she had become a death guard. They fought near the Isle of Dusk. The captain strokes his chin, his gaze contemplative.
I can summon to mind no island with such name. Likely it hides now behind another. I will charge my best chroniclers to track our isle through the centuries.
Cool.
I believe you're becoming an invaluable asset to the Principe, and I deeply value each of my assets. You must accept this token of my immense appreciation.
Okay, I saw an item, but 13k experience? Heck yeah. We got an upright captain's belt. Immune to push and pull effects. And +1 constitution. The fact that he's immune to push and pull effects means that's a tank belt. So he can stop being pushed and pulled away from where I put him. Ferrante clears his throat. Then he tugs on the frilled cuffs of his sleeve, his posture more rigid than usual.
A matter of a rather delicate nature has arisen. One which I believe could benefit from your, let us say, expertise. An associate of mine is in need of a favor.
We all know how favors work with pirates.
A favor that necessitates a great deal of discretion. See to this for me, and I will weight you with a considerable amount of coin.
What exactly would I be doing?
My associate conducts dealings with a group of traders of a sort. The traders are having a bit of trouble with their newest stock.
Who might this associate be?
A wealthy and influential man. What more do you need to know?
I need to know if I'm going to be doing something bad to somebody that's not going to bite me in the butt. Why do the need for such discretion?
It involves something of a sensitive topic among the Principi. I'll explain further once I can trust you're fully committed.
Well, I mean, I don't really have a choice right now. I can't even decline. So yeah, you can trust me.
First, swear it. I have your word on pain of death, amico.
I'm going to glower at him.
Go on.
He grins darkly.
Then you're to head to Crookspur Island, where you'll meet with Master Kua. He runs the biggest slavers' port in the Deadfire. However, they've run afoul of the locals. So now, their trade routes are under constant ambush.
The Principi work with slavers?
No, it is my associate who does that dealing. My opinion on the trade is of little matter. It is legal, unlike many of our own activities.
Now we can decide. Nope, not going to help slavers.
I understand you may harbor some hesitation in this regard. But in the case you reconsider, at least allow me to mark Crookspur on your charts.
Sure, I'm not going to go there to help, though.
When you
in the
get
way
there,
you think.
speak with Master Kua. Tell him I've sent you, and he'll fill you in on what he needs.
Yeah, I think we did that as best we could. We didn't give him a straight promise.
I shall.
And we don't want to help slavers keep being slavers. Did I already talk to you, Two-Eyed Pim?
Much ado to you, Casita.
The captain flourishes a sweeping bow. When he bends forward, a golden symbol slips from his collar to dangle at the end of its chain. He ducks it away as he straightens, but not before you notice the etching on its front side. It marks him as the third chair, the Consulglo Mes Casitas. Council.
A word of advice. Guard your back in dunnage. You have not yet carved a name for yourself or your crew. Yet you choose to swim in a sea of sharks. Should one take a bite, the Consuelo will not intervene. Elsewise, how might I be of assistance?
Wait, what? We have Benwith's symbol? Oh, dude, we could be on the council of pirates? Tell me about the council.
Yes, our council of captains.
He tips his head forward toward the semicircle of elaborately ornate chairs aligned on the other side of the room.
There are 7 seats on the Consuelo, each occupied by a high-ranking captain within the Principi. Seat holders convene to vote on a variety of issues concerning the Principi's well-being. To claim a seat, a captain must have substantial backing and sufficient power, both politically and physically. Ferrante, the last Marcheso, holds the highest ranking seat because the most ships in our entire fleet have pledged loyalty to his flag.
Ooh. We could be like... That's pretty cool. If we play this again, which we probably will, maybe we'll just do a bunch of evil things. If I can stomach that. Give you an idea, I couldn't do... I did it all, but I didn't like doing all the renegade options in Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3. I did it all just so I could say I did it, but I didn't...
As you can guess, the Sea Wolf, Aldis, commands the second most numerous fleet of ships. As such, she is the second chair, and I am the third.
He rolls his head on his neck as if to work out a stiff muscle.
Perhaps you would like to attend the proceedings when the Consuelo next convenes. You have my ear, Casita. Of what do you wish to discuss today?
Is there someone or some place I should avoid while in dunnage?
You may have noticed a divide between old blood and the new, by which I mean those who descended from or otherwise hold old Valia in grand esteem, and the varied and often uncouth recruits we have since brought into the fold. I assure you, the latter was supremely by necessity, though perhaps I'm ill-equipped to throw stones. As a casita of some repute, you will be most welcome in the king's coffin. But you should watch yourself throughout the Radiant Court.
I kind of don't want to be on the seat of a pirate, so I'm just going to say bye. I'm glad we can make that decision, though. Cool. So that gave us a few quests. I think we went everywhere I wanted to. We went to here, went to here. We didn't go to the Radiant Court. But again, I don't want to actually... I don't think we're going to build the Principe. Especially if they're dealing with so many slavers. I didn't mind helping them in the underneath Nekataka. Because they were feeding... They were getting money off of it, but they were actually getting good quality food to the people who were starving. So that part I can handle. It's the other parts I can't. You received a missive from Captain Aldous, who we just understood is the second most powerful pirate. Hello, lovesome. Well, I am disappointed of you yet to come see me. I do understand. My little sirens tell me you've been quite busy bloodying the Deadfire, for which I can certainly appreciate. Or perhaps my first missive to you was merely lost at sea. Either way, I hear you've got a deal, another one really, going on with Ferrante to muck around in the mess that is Crookspire Island. Before you go sailing into that cock-rot's bidding, come and have a chat with me, will you? I've got a proposition for you I think you'll find wickedly enticing. I'll reserve our finest berth for the Defiant at Fort Deadlight's docks. Your most ruthless but truthful friend, impossibly should you choose, Captain Aldous. P.S. Be a dear and bring me some candied nuts, eh? We'll do that. Do we have any candied nuts? Giggity. Oh, some of those. We'll have to look for some candied nuts. If that's an actual thing, I can get them. Anyway, we got that cool belt. And he's not even wearing a belt. That's perfect. Heck yeah. I mean, you had that one. Does everybody have a belt? You do not. You do. You do. You do definitely do. That'll be clothing. Is this a belt? It's a neck. Right now you have 2 resolve, which is good defense. Sure. I don't think you need... And I'm actually toying with the idea of taking her out. I like her single target DPS, but it really wasn't useful in you're fighting skeletons. Because skeletons are really resistant or immune to her damage she does from range. So what we might do is bring in maybe a DPS paladin. So maybe we'll have 3 people up front with summons, and then the 2 people like me and the mage in the back. Let's see, where do we want to go? Fort Deadlight. So we'll go meet with her. Let's head south so we can explore more of the map. I think we already explored there. We did. I do like that we don't see what's there on the map until we explore it, which is pretty cool. And there is an actual end of the world. That's also pretty cool. Oh, cool. Ruins of Amari Roost, False Mouth Forest. This looks like a place we could clear for, like, loot. 2 skulls, though. Blighted Bog. Let's do it. I want to get in some fights. And I promised Glory Gunner, who was the top cheerer for last month, that he'd get an island named after him. So we're going to do that. Kichi already has one. She was my first $10 sub after all. Now, can I get down here? Okay, I have to just go all the way around. Cool. Maybe because we have a full team, maybe we can do the 2 skulls. Maybe. Oh. Let's go ahead and quick save. I think we're all pretty much ready to go. So let's get some fights going. Fetid, swelting air cradles you as you push your way through the thick growth. Your clothing sticks to your skin and sweat drips from your brow and chin. You hear movement ahead of you, accompanied by something that sounds like conversation. Sneak closer and observe. Definite failure. Large, boggy clearing spreads before you, mists clinging to the water and soggy ground alike. A massive lurker rests in the water, utterly still, as a Memperwag, a corrupted form of an Ard dragon, a nature spirit that safeguards an Adra pillar. Oh, wow. They were the result of blight or otherwise desecration of the ancient vigil. But they speak in low, susurrus tones. Again, I don't know how to say, I'm just going to memp. The memp and the Delman fall silent as you appear, and the former waves the latter back as she makes her way to you. The reek of decay precedes her, and she peers at you with black eyes, so she's not openly attacking. That's kind of cool. We would kill you for your trespass, consume your essence and add it to our own. Yet you find us otherwise engaged. Leave this place while you can. Hard lips twist about a mouth filled with teeth of gnarled wood. We could scatter them with magic. Actually, what's going on here? A hiss issues from her knotted teeth. That is none of your concern, Kith. No, that's rude, and I want to find out. So if we can scatter them with magic. Ooh, it lets me just cast these. Heck yeah! I think these two are the highest level. So let's just a fearsome ball of fire bounces from enemy to enemy. You chant quietly, gathering essence before hurling a blast of mystic power into the clearing. Debris fall around you, and the Menguapa and her cohort remain. The creatures glare and hiss at you as one. The floor around you bursts into movement, advancing. It let us get a preemptive attack in there. Cool. They should have told us what they were doing. Now it says we split them, right? Oh my lord. So again, telling you about skulls. Top left, you see Bog Lurker, and you see a red sword with 3 red skulls. That's basically saying you shouldn't fight this dude. That's what that says. There is a sword with 3 white skulls, and then 2 white skulls, then 1 white skull. But when there's no skulls, there are level. I find it funny that these 3 are 3 skulls that are red, and this one's just fine. That one's just fine. What we got here, let's see what we can do. Let's conjure a large earth elemental. I think you have a summon spell as well, and I don't know what your... Okay, there we go. I wanted this thing, but right now it's bugging out. Why is it bugging out? Just summon tentacles. I don't know why it's not working. And then you just stay here. You stay here. And you have your gun out. Yeah, you're good.
Can't get a clean hit.
Another for the queen.
Nice.
I've got this, Captain.
Okay, can we keep slowing them down? What are you casting right now? Okay, this is going to be annoying. Can I do that? Can I now see it? Yes. Okay, that's annoying. You're casting Chain Lightning? I'm okay with Chain Lightning. You do Chain Lightning. You... Dude, look at those defenses. I can't... Ugh. Ugh. So I need a debuff, probably. If I can. Actually, first, you need to run away. I need you to not die. Like, he's running head-on into all these dudes. And there's more behind him?
Might as well be hitting the water.
Here we go.
Oh, great. They're immune to... So I'm looking at it again. It says immune to piercing. Immune to bludgeoning. We're about to get our butts kicked.
Taxed to my limit. I need some help here.
Yeah, I can't even hit him, even with debuffs. Okay, so we're not supposed to be on the island yet. And this is a good point because I wanted to... Let's go ahead and maybe switch out our ranger. Maybe. Yeah, I kind of want to, so let's give it a shot. I think we can do that from here. Party management. First, I need to look at her gear. Let's strip her, giggity. That ring won't matter. Kara! Happy Sunday. 2 stealth, you can stay stealth. That's definitely yours. That's fine. What does this do again? During nighttime grants bonus to stealth. Nah, we'll let her keep that. We'll let her keep that too. Sure. But we're gonna try a paladin, which I think is this one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we're basically going to make her kind of mid-ranged with her range spell. We're going to have her be up there to see what we can do. And we're going to go from there. Oh. And I think we need to level her up. Oh, Kara, since it's the last stream I'll be doing for a while, I started early. I did it because I wanted to get a huge night of streaming in with my bros. But yeah, we're gonna level her up, which I think we can do from here, I hope. She can use this. Let's see what else you have. You have named armor, so I'll let you keep that one. That's fine. Diplomacy, survival, stride? Sure. Constitution. I think Constitution's probably a better one for you. Her headpiece is locked, so you have to see her hair. That's some great hair, I'm not gonna lie. There's a purple subscription button that's right on your eye, on my eyes? Really? Extensions. That'd be really annoying if it's on my eye. The prime one? Is it the prime one, Kara? Or is it this thing? Let's deactivate that. Deactivate that. If it was one of those two, hopefully it fixed. We'll try that. Refresh the stream and tell me if that works. I don't want to have a button on top of my eyes. That's weird. We'll give her another two-handed if we have another two-handed. Ooh, no, we could give her, like, tankiness. No, I don't want to. Ooh, she can use that. No, wait, I think that hits friendlies. Standard attack AoE hits primary target up to 3 additional targets, friend or foe. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Now it's gone. Okay, cool. I had been trying to mess with those types of things. Apparently I am bad at it, so I'm not going to worry about it. Cool, we'll give her that, and I guess the kitchen stove? Sure. Anything else? No, but we need to level her up. And how am I going to do that without... I don't want to get in a fight and not have her leveled up. So, I hope it's this. Let's just start doing this. Because she's a paladin, we're going to figure some things out. Oh, Kara, Deltarune's on my radar. It's gonna happen this month. Definitely. Most definitely. So I'm not 100% sure how a paladin works. Paladin's defense are directly affected by the degree of which he or she acts in accordance with the benefits of their order. A bonus or penalty is applied to the defense based on how well the paladin's reputations align with their order's preferred behaviors. Wait, paladins are like passive tanks? Okay, so she's the, whatever that's called, or the Brotherhood of the Five Sons, is a paladin order of the Valian Republics. Okay, so we should be doing more Valian things. Okay, the Five Sons refer to the five Valian Deuce Bells, or Great Dukes. The Brotherhood is loyal to the collective will of the Ducal Congress, rather than any particular Deuce or Duchess. And members are forbidden from active intervention in the Congress's debates. Sworn enemy is upgraded. Like, grants sworn enemy, which is a thing. Which is this. Marks an enemy as the focus of the Paladin's Righteous Fury, granting a damage bonus against the target until the combat ends or the target goes down. And you have Wrath of the Five Sons. Just got Zeal. Man, I need to... I'm glad I stuck with something of just a castery so I could maybe figure it out. That's kind of cool. 5 searing projectiles shoot forth from the Paladin's hand towards the focus of the Righteous Fury. Cool. Okay, anyway. Oh, this we can't level her up this way. Dagnabbit. So we need to go back to port somewhere. Well, we actually need to go to Fort Deadlight. So let's head on over to Fort Deadlight. Hopefully we won't get into a... famous last words. Hopefully we won't get caught out by sea. Rune Tower? Yeah, I really want to go there now. Yeah, the Ranger was very good, did a lot of great damage. Interrupt was nice too, but there was something that it didn't feel impactful.
You're the captain who Aldi's invited to parley, ain't you? I'm to keep an eye out.
He taps a finger beneath his one eye that isn't covered by a black eye patch. That's got a red eye on the eye patch. It's kind of creepy.
It's so I can provide you an escort when you arrive.
I can find my own way.
Well, she didn't say I had to show you right up. I'll send someone to tell her you're here. Give her some time to, prepare. In the meantime...
He grins sloppily as he tips his hat to you.
You know where to find me if you change your mind, Captain.
At least you know who the captain is. Oh, she has an aura? A vigilant quarry. Resistance to intellect afflictions. Resistance to perception. Wow. You already have that? Anyway, let's go ahead and level her up.